Hello! I'm sorry about the delay, but if you were here for Mortal Kombat, we did all the signings and meet and greets and hugs and high fives that you could ever want before the movie. This movie is really special to me. This is really important to me. Robin Shue, who's here, obviously, with Kang. She's my favorite! I kind of have begged him. I worked with him with Paul Anderson, the director of the first movie, back when I was operating at the New Art Theater, which is over on Santa Monica Boulevard, which is the home of like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I have to tell you, when I didn't even know he was coming, he wasn't available, and then I got a phone call from Paul's assistant, the amazing Sarah, that he was coming, and you guys have to know that, yes, I do think the first movie is a better made movie, but you have to know that the second one is a lot funner to watch, and it is also, please don't boo me, this is my night, but this is my favorite movie of all time.
Kory!
I have a few stories and a few thank yous to say. Some are emotional, some are personal. You know, I never thought, you know, with the reception of the movie 20 years ago, you know, I loved it when I was 7 when it came out. I had no idea that it would build this following thanks to like TNT Network, you know, things like that. Pay-per-view where you had to like, pick up the phone and call, or you know, actually have to go to a video store to rent a movie and look at and read the synopsis. You know, the glory days. You know, I was 7 years old. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This is my 40th event. I don't know if I said that, but my 40th event. And when I was 7 years old, I grew up in Louisiana, and I always loved movies. I always went to the Dollar Theater. It was called the Broadmoor Theater, which reminds me a lot of kind of the New Beverly Cinema, which is where I got my start doing these events. I had never sat in a stadium seating style theater. We didn't have something ritzy. We had this thing called Segan Village that was, you know, play first run movies, but, and that was where I saw the first Mortal Kombat. But on November 21st, 1997, you know, this movie came out, and I don't know at that point in time if I wanted to get into film or acting. I just knew that I loved movies, you know. And the first stadium seating theater was built. It cost $11 million in Louisiana. Trust me, that's front page news. It opened the same day that this movie came out. And I have a brother and I have a sister in Louisiana that are 10 and 13 years older than me. And they would play the game with me all the time. Even my sister, she was down. She was game, man. I couldn't beat her too. But I played these games ever since I can remember. I mean, I was 2, 3, 4, you know, and my life was backwards. You're gonna see some trailers from previous events that I've done. And I grew up backwards. I was always taken to movies like American Pie and everything. But the one thing that I have always loved since I can remember remembering is Mortal Kombat. And so to come out here 9 years later, I've been out here for 9 years, to be able to share a beer with someone like Robin Shue, who's my Captain America, my Iron Man, we all have so many superheroes now, the Marvel universe and the DC universe, and, you know, it's unbelievable. And, you know, the first movie was such a success. I pride myself on doing events that are events, you know. You don't just show up to the movie where at the Q&A, the people are snuck in through the back door. That's not the way that I run things. They're gonna walk in through the front door and they're gonna greet everyone and have fun, or they're not gonna come. Also, none of them were paid to be here. They just came because they're family, and that's awesome. And they wanna love you guys and sign for you. I'll never forget, my mom, you know, the anticipation and going opening night at 7 years old, and walking into this giant theater that I can tell you holds 443 seats exactly. And unfortunately now the theater's closed. I was hoping it would make its 20-year mark, and I always had this like kind of dream when I would like go into my Asperger's La La Land, and on road trips I'd dream and I would think about what am I gonna do 20 years later? Like I wanna make a Mortal Kombat movie. I wanna work with them. Well, you know what? I came out here with a dream, and no matter how big or small your dream is, I accomplished that one. And I'm here, and they're here. And this is amazing. I want to give some special shout outs to people that have made this journey, these 40 events possible. I want to start with my friend Crystal. She works at CBS. She met me in line. We met at the Chinese Theater. They used to do this thing where they would seatbelt premieres, and you'd have to wait outside the Coffee Bean across the street. And I remember I got there at like 11:30 thinking, I'm going to be the first one, and I'm just maybe going to get a seat to Terminator Salvation. And I got there, and she was the first one in line, and I was like, who are you? Like, I was first. And through all the hard times, the good times, getting these events on stage, she's been my #1 consistent supporter in my life. So everyone, you have to give her a round of applause. There's another man, he's unfortunately not here tonight. He could not get out of work, and his boss is kind of elite, so I understood. But his name is Mark Hoyt, and he was a projectionist at the New Art Theater. When I moved out here, I loved all these 90s films, these 80s films. I mean, it's cool to see Terminator 2 on a big screen again, right? It's amazing. I just got to see Titanic again with my mom, and they both could have fit on that damn bed thing. Come on. But like, you know, we're nostalgia isn't really nostalgia anymore. We're all bringing back things that we love and just kind of saying they're hipper and newer, but they're really the things that we love. And you know, I came out here and there was the New Beverly Cinema that I mentioned, and his name is Michael Torgan, and he is, to me, forever and always the owner and operator of the New Beverly Cinema. And you know, I came out here and my parents were still out in town. I was 18, just old enough to see Showgirls in a theater. And of course, I had never seen Showgirls in a theater. I had only watched it on my sister's old VHS. And so I literally my parents were still in town. I had my car, and they were playing at midnight Showgirls. And I'll never forget the first time I met him. And when I was 18, I looked 12, and now I'm 27, and I look 36. So, no matter how much I flatten my hair. But the thing is I went up there, and he carded me. The dude carded me. And you know, I kind of lived there, and Mark and Michael, you know, I used to collect, people collected Pokemon cards, right? Collected Pong and all these other things. I collected 35mm movie prints and trailers. I have over 5,000 35mm trailers. I even have a 35mm print of this movie. In college, what we would do is we'd go after hours at the New Art and we would run them, and I'd put like 20 minutes of random trailers. And that's what led to this. It became an underground thing, and then it happened with Power Rangers by a mistake, and then events sold out and events sold out. And to finally sum it up, Michael's the kind of person that you need in Hollywood. There's a lot of fake people, there's a lot of people that are rude, there's a lot of people that can just tear your ticket and tell you what theater you're in. But like, I would always go and I would always go, welcome. And he would always tell me, hey, you know, like, is this one of your favorite movies, or is this a movie you're just taking a gamble on to come see? And he gave me my first shot, my first chance. I said, I think I can do this anniversary with American Pie. And American Pie is my favorite franchise, and it sold out 3 weeks ahead of time. I don't know how that happened. And the same people that did that did Harold and Kumar, and then it sold out. And then that led to Varsity Blues, which sold out. And then Cruel Intentions did it. And all of these things kept spiraling out of control. And I did one specific event at the New Art Theater that changed my life and changed the game, which was 10 Things I Hate About You, which no one knew that I had Asperger's. And I admitted to it. I just slipped out. He said, how do you know more about this movie than we do? We were in it. And I said, I have Asperger's. And like everyone kind of laughed, then everyone clapped. And that was the first bit of reassurance. And I just want you guys to know that you movie fans, you guys on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, this year has been the best year of my life. It has been reassuring, and for the first time I'm proud of myself because these people saw these YouTube clips and reached out to me for help. Teenagers, people in London, people in Australia, saying, how do you get on stage, how do you do this? When I first did this, I'm wearing contacts now. But when I first did this, I used to just take off my glasses so I couldn't see any of your faces. And because I was petrified. But now I do these things, and obviously I have confidence, and the same people keep coming back. And I want you guys to know that this is a very special moment in my life, one that I have really hoped I could accomplish, and I'm very proud that I did. And so thank you all for being here. So, like I said, have fun with this movie, guys. I don't know. How many of you haven't seen it, actually? That's a lot of you. Wow, you're in for a treat. You're gonna be like, what is going on in like 30
I remember
seconds?
I didn't see the second one in theaters. I know I saw this shit on VHS.
But yeah, anyway, thank you guys. I really love you guys. And afterwards, we're gonna have a Q&A. Lucetta, I know you didn't see her come in, but she was here. Something happened. It's okay, she's totally fine. But she's gonna come back at some point in this movie. And then what we're gonna do is we're all gonna be respectful and walk out slowly and get in line. And then they're gonna do a signing and photo op for all of you guys. And that's what I pride myself on. But right now, as the final thing, I need a little help from Sub-Zero and Nightwolf up here. If you would come up here, please. I think I gave you something earlier.
Are we going to see this movie down near 10 o'clock?
I know.
Give it up for Nightwolf. That is a cool tomahawk, sir. So, I don't know where he went, but he is gone. But Bryce Abel was the co-writer on this film, and I want you to raise your hand if you got a green wristband. So that's about 37 of you, correct? That's what it says, something out of 37?
Yeah.
So I got a hold of the writer of this film, and we all know, and believe me, I know the fans, and we're going to go live to Mortal Kombat Online for the Q&A. There's going to be people watching from around the world and all that stuff. But in my hands is actually a signed copy of the original first draft of the script, which features scenes with Cabal, with dialogue, and Stryker, an alternate death scene for Johnny Cage. We're going to find out why they killed Johnny Cage 6 minutes into the movie. Spoiler alert. We're going to figure out how this happened and what kind of went on. But at the end of the day, you're going to see this movie for what it is. But if you got a wristband and you got here early, but some of you got here at 3 o'clock, I personally, with my father's help and my mother's help, printed 40 copies of the script, put them in a binder, hole punch them, put a color sheet on them, and you're all going to go home with one that has a wristband. And let me tell you something, it's a better movie here, but this is my baby. All right, so you're going to see some trailers and clips and some random things, past events, the events. It's a little long, but I love you guys. I really do. I love you all.